Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
We've got some fascinating news from the world of true crime and television that's just dropped in the post, folks. It seems the hit Netflix show, You, has a shocking alternate ending that we can't wait to dive into here on Rose Room Updates. According to Michael Foley, one of the showrunners and exec producers of the series, they didn't land on Joe Goldberg's final fate until very late in the season. Now, for 5 seasons, Joe, played by Penn Badgley, has been wreaking havoc on his victims and getting away with it, or so we thought. But Foley reveals that from the start, there was a shared belief among the writers and creators that Joe wouldn't get away scot-free. Foley explains that they wanted to put Joe in a veritable cage and deny him the touch of a lover. That's right, folks. He'll spend his days trapped behind bars with no chance at redemption. But there was an alternate ending that caught our attention. One where Joe meets his demise at the hands of Bront, played by Madeline Brewer, in Season 5. That's not all. Foley also shared a fun fact about Penn Badgley himself. In Season 4, Badgley made headlines when he announced that he no longer wanted to do sex scenes. But it turns out there was one scene in Season 5 where Joe and Bront get up close and personal that would have been impossible without some convincing acting from the star. Now, what's interesting here is how this alternate ending came about. Foley reveals that they had a few different options for Joe's demise, including one where he gets shot, but it turns out that was just a very early iteration of the final scene. It's clear that the writers wanted to make sure Joe faced the consequences of his actions and was made to face himself. And speaking of consequences, Foley also notes that Joe still refused to take responsibility for his crimes in the end, instead blaming everyone else. Quite the character trait for a supposed, sensitive romantic. Anyway, there you have it, folks. A shocking alternate ending for one of TV's most iconic villains and some behind-the-scenes insights into how it came about. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Rose Room Updates.